Let's talk Jalen Hurts, Kurt. What's your opinion of this kid?
My opinion continues to grow, but what we all know is he's a great winner, right? In other words, he does what he needs to do to help his team win. Again, just did another piece on Jalen, and what I continually said is he makes the right decision in the moment. I still think he has room to grow in terms of processing and seeing the field and doing that stuff. But what he does so well is no matter whether he sees it or not, he makes positive play after positive play after positive play. He finds a way to make the right play in the moment. And the other thing that I come to appreciate more and more is he's an elite deliverer of the football. He's an elite thrower of the football. He's got great pace on the ball. It's very catchable ball. His throws down the field are like handoffs. You see it over and over again that he is a great thrower of the football. So when he knows where he wants to throw it, the ball is on the money most of the time. And, I keep talking as we talk about the Super Bowl, that two plays that just kind of jump out to me that say, this is who Jalen Hurts is. 4th and 5, NFC Championship game, 14-12, 2 minutes to go in the half. You go for it on 4th down. If you don't get it, Washington has a chance to drive down, kick a field goal, score points, and take the lead at halftime. They go for it on 4th and 5. And they don't call a play to get 5 yards. They call a go route down the sideline, or at least that's the one that he throws. A go route down the sideline to A.J. Brown and drops a dime on him. First down, sets up a touchdown, and the route is on. Super Bowl, first drive, get into 4th and 2. Okay, most teams are going to go, okay, let's design our best 2-yard play to move the chains and keep going. What do? They throw another go route against press coverage, best corner on the Chiefs, down the sideline, and Jalen Hurts once again delivers a perfect throw to A.J. Brown that's going to set up the first score of the game, except for the OPI on A.J. Brown. But that, to me, speaks to who Jalen is. Biggest moments. Not afraid, and he's confident in his ability to throw the football. Will make the hardest, one of the lowest completion percentage throws, 2 biggest games of his life, maybe 2 biggest situations early in those games, and he delivers both times. And you see that over and over again, is delivering on the big throws time and time again. His accuracy, elite level throwing the football that I think I've come to appreciate more and more from him as I've seen him in these big moments.
And then there's the stuff inside, Kurt, that I kind of want to hit with you, because, again, over your right shoulder is the first ever Sports Illustrated cover of your career with the headline of "Who is this guy?" We know who Jalen Hurts is because the question of who is this guy for Jalen Hurts when he first burst on the scene was Tua, right? Who's this kid Tua coming into this game? Throwing it to Devontae Smith, of all people, right? And then so Hurts' narrative as being the guy passed over is crystallized in the most significant nationally televised way from jump. And to the point where even this year, it's like, when's he going to turn into a pumpkin? And to be able to do what he's done under those circumstances, I'd love to ask you, what does it take? What does that take?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing, and so I guess it's a good reference to, my first year in the NFL and everybody wondering what I could be and who I was.
Right.
But there was never a moment throughout my journey where I didn't believe in what I could do. I didn't believe in who I was and the gifts and talents that I had. Didn't always go in my favor, whether that was sitting on the bench in college or getting cut and having to work in the grocery store and arena football, and then even getting cut and released and having to play for 3 teams in the NFL. People thinking I was too old, and people thinking that I couldn't come from here to do that. But I never lost confidence in who I was and what I believed about myself. I think that's what we've seen with Jalen Hurts through all of this stuff and all of the scrutiny. He knows who he is. He knows what he's capable of. And so he's never wavered in that mindset, even when the circumstances were a little bit off or when people doubted him. All he had to do was go back and say, hey, but when I was on the field, here's what I've done. Everywhere I've been. Oh, Alabama, took my team to 2 championship games. Oh, Oklahoma, I took my team to the playoffs. Oh, the Eagles, I've gone to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. Like, this is what I do. And that's exactly how I felt, even though I wasn't doing it on a big stage and some things had gone against me. When I got to the NFL, everybody was, how did you think? Why did you think you could be this good? And because I never lost who I felt I was. I never lost the confidence, because when I had a ball in my hands, I was always successful. Jalen Hurts has been the same way. And so this doesn't surprise me that through the thick and the thin and the doubters, that he continues to be the same guy, because that guy has always been good. He's always been successful. And so now we're just getting a chance to see a little bit more of it. But I would bet my life that if you ask Jalen those same things, okay, when he got benched in the championship game and you had to go to a different place, and then you came and you struggled maybe early with your ego. If they asked him, okay, how did you bounce back from? I'm sure he would say, because I always believed I was this guy. Like, some people didn't know. They didn't know what they didn't know. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. And when you give me an opportunity to show it, here it is again. Like, how many times do I have to show you that I can do this before you start believing it?
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.